Hey, what's up guys? Today we are going to share with you guys about carbohydrate, which we know as glucose. Before we meet Lisa's family, let's learn about glucose. Carbohydrates are divided into two categories: simple and complex. Simple carbohydrates or simple sugars are made up of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen, while complex carbohydrates is long chains of simple sugar. Both of these carbs function to provide energy to our body, and simple sugar play many roles. They can give sweetened lemonade, to making noodles, for rising the dough, ferment the alcohol, and also help in preserve jams. Now, sugars are found naturally in plants like fruits, vegetables and grains, as well as animal product like milk and cheese. Added sugars are the sugars that get added to foods like cereals, ketchup, energy bars, and even salad dressing. To be clear, even if the sugar being added comes from natural source like sugar cane or honey, it's still considered an added sugar. In fact, a variety of ingredients listed on food labels may be sources of added sugars. Sugars actually refers to a family of molecules called saccharides. Mono means one, so one sugar molecule. Disaccharides where D means two, so two sugar molecules linked together. Oligosaccharides where oligo means a few, so it's 3 to 9 sugar molecules linked together, and polysaccharides where poly means many, so it's 10 or more sugar molecules linked together. Now let's meet Lisa's family.
Why I still gain more weight even after I already keep on my diet plan?
Why do you look so stressed?
Mom, I gain more weight. I already cut my sugar and rice for 2 months, but instead my weight still remained the same.
What did you eat? You're on diet, dear.
I just had white bread on breakfast and pasta on dinner.
Oh, I see. Dear, do you know that you take bad carbs and not the good carbs? Let's meet your aunt. She will explain everything for you.
Wow, it's nice. Let's go, Mom.
Hey Susie, could you share with us about good carbs and bad carbs and which is the best for health?
Yeah, sure. In order to stay healthy, we must consume the right amount of carbs. If we consume too much carbs, we may first suffer from high blood sugar level. Next, it also can lead to diabetes and obesities. And lastly, it can cause brain sluggish. And if we consume too low amount of carbs, first, our blood sugar level may drop below normal level, hypoglycemia. Next, it may lead to ketosis. Lastly, it also can increase risk of death due to cardiovascular disease, cerebrovascular disease, and cancer.
So Auntie, how do I pick the right food?
First of all, you should include more nutritious complex carbs than simple carbs in your diet.
What do you mean by that? Can you give me some examples of good carbs?
You can start your day with whole grain like cereal and oats. Next, you can consume whole grain, whole rye or whole wheat bread for lunch. Instead of white rice, you can replace it with brown rice for a lower glycemic index. And lastly, you can choose whole fruits instead of juice.
Ooh, now I understand. Thanks Andy for the tips.
So now, I will show you the food pyramid so that you can manage the quantity of food taken in a day. There are 4 parts, which are starting with the most below shelf is the carbohydrates, continue with the vitamins, and then the proteins, and lastly, the fats. Starting with the carbohydrates, you must consume it the most in your diet. This is because carbohydrates gives you energy to do any activities in your day. The second shelf is proteins. Example of proteins are fishes and meats. You must consume it moderately. Next, I will proceed with the vitamins. Example of the vitamins are vegetables and fruits. In this part, you must consume it in big amounts but less than carbohydrates. Lastly, the fats. In this part, you must consume it the least in your diet. Examples of fats are cheese, ice cream, and snacks.
Auntie, what is the best way to lose weight?
There are a few ways to lose weight. One of them is to try intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, IF, is a pattern of eating that involves regular short-term fasts and consuming meals within a shorter time period during the day. The most common intermittent fasting methods include the alternate day fasting, the 5-2 diet and the 16/8 method. Next is to eating mindfully. Mindful eating is a practice where people pay attention to how and where they eat food. This practice can enable people to enjoy the food they eat and maintain a healthy weight. As most people lead busy lives, they often tend to eat quickly on the run, in the car, working at their desks, and watching TV. As a result, many people are barely aware of the food. So, that is some of the ways to lose weight. I hope you try some of my suggestion to lose weight because you could harm yourself if you do not lose weight in the right ways.
Okay, thank you, Aunt.